This next sequence is all about working the adductors, so working through the inner thigh. Using the step helps provide us with a platform that makes it so much more comfortable than trying to do this on the floor for certainly a lot of people. And I talk about spooning the step. So I'm just going to lie down. My back will be to the camera, but it's a better position for you to see. So lying down on my side, place the top leg on the step, getting in nice and close. Now this bottom leg is going to be lifting up and down. So make sure your participants have this position. I have seen the occasional client do this. So just make sure they're all in the correct position, top leg on top. It's nice to have two risers underneath each side because it provides a level of comfort. This is really important where the head position is. Having the head propped up is not ideal. It places way too much stress on the spine and the neck. So head down, either with an extended arm or with the elbow bent, but the head's down. So when you're teaching this as an instructor, it's important that you have your back to the class, that you're in a similar position to them, so they can clearly, easily see what's going on here with the leg, so they don't have to keep looking up to see what's going on. So head down, lift the leg up, flex the foot, so pull the toe back towards the shin, and see if you can angle the heel upwards. And being in this position really helps with getting that technique down pat. So they're not going to lift up with their toe very well. They'll be forced to lift up correctly. So basically, the movement pattern is a lift up and down. Now, it's good to identify with your participants two other things that they may not be aware of whilst doing this exercise. First one is if they place their hand on their waist, they'll feel their abdominals actually activating as the leg goes up and down. So that's a nice little cue to talk about how the abdominals are working here. And if they place their hand underneath the knee that's on the step as they lift up and down, they'll become aware that the actual top leg is also working isometrically against the top of the step lid as that lower leg lifts up and down. So what are the repetitions that we did? Well, we started off with this slow repetition of 1, 2, 3, 4, up and down. We did that for 2 blocks. Then we chose a quicker one, and we also did that for 2 blocks. The next exercise we did was we lifted up, curled, out and down. Lift, curl, out and down. Now this increased up to 8 counts. We did this for 2 blocks, and then we did a final exercise where we lifted up and we did 3 curls, which equals 16 counts in total when we counted out, and then dropped down. So we did that for 2 blocks. So 2 blocks for everything. Now we finished off with bending the knee as much as possible and tried to lift the knee up and down. So it's tricky, this one, because a lot of people want to lift up their foot, but you want them to bend their knee and lift the knee up and down. And then we did that for a block, 1 block, and then we did the quicker ones for another block, and then we were done. So common errors is that they get so close to the step that they can actually place the knee against the step, and then they will actually use the step to support them. Another one is sometimes the participants will start using their head to try and lift their leg up and down. So just encourage them to keep their head down on their arm whilst doing this exercise. Now, as an instructor, I usually teach one side. Because I've got my back to the class, I can't really see them. If I have mirrors, that might be of some advantage. I have to get up and turn around and look at them quite often. When we switch to the opposite side, I usually don't do that myself personally as an instructor, and I focus on using my arm to get them to lift their leg up, and now I can actually view my class and provide some more feedback. I prefer this form of teaching because it's not about me, getting equal balance, but also I'm missing out on that communication when I've got my back to the class, and it's necessary so that they can see what's going on, but I'm missing out on communicating them face to face. So on the opposite side, they turn over, but I continue with the arm actions, showing them what to do with the arms whilst maintaining eye contact and rapport with my participants.